Well, hi folks, Merry Christmas to all. I'll just give you a quick look around the plot and stuff and show you what's going on. We'll just start off at home where I've put some of my giant onions back to seed. As you can see, all you do is just strip all the sort of dead leaves off, put them in a big pot of compost, and like that they just take root dead quickly, and then they just start sending out loads and loads of leaves. As you can see, there'll be loads of different points which will split and then hopefully send a few seed heads out for later on in the year, and by sort of autumn time next year we should have some giant onion seed. I've done 3, 2 have sprouted. I did a nice shaped one, and that's the giant one, that's just short of £10, that one. So that's about the only thing I've got growing at the moment, but at least it's something to look at. So we'll just nip up to the plot and show you what's going on, which isn't a lot, but just about got things in order up there, all sort of composted and sorted out. So we'll just nip up there. So I'm still at home. I'll just show you, I've been collecting loads of leaves, because where we live down here, it's a real magnet for leaves. I live under loads of trees and they just get blown everywhere, and it's just a matter of sweeping them up every now and again. So I must have about 500 litres already stored here. So all I'll do with these is just take them up to the plot, put them in a huge pot or under a tarpaulin or something, and just let them rot down for a year or 2, and then we've got some free leaf mould, which is good stuff. So I just like to get as many as I can, and like I said, I'm lucky down here because we've got loads of trees around the houses. And it's just a matter of getting your finger out and getting them swept up. Well, hi folks, here we are up at the plot. I'll just give you a quick look round. This is the bed that I'm just trying this sort of no-dig method out on. The white stuff's actually perlite that was in the compost, but it doesn't matter, it won't do any harm. But as you can see, there's no weeds whatsoever, really. So putting about 2 inches of that on has kept all the weeds suppressed. I know it's not great weed growing time, but when I've dug it over in the past, and considering how mild the weather's been, it would usually be absolutely covered in weeds now, so it's a good way of suppressing the weeds, as they say. I'll show you how sort of friable it is, but it's had a hard frost again last night, so it's pretty rock solid. But like I said, it's the way I've been doing it for the last couple of years, and by just covering it in all my spent compost and any manure I've got, any sort of garden compost, and just leaving it. That's the last bit I've just covered up. That's where the last cabbages were. And it just let the worms do the job, and it just seems to work. The soil seems to be in as good a nick as ever. Nice and workable without having to bother breaking your back and digging it over. So that's the main bed. This is where the potatoes were, which needs that's one of the ones that needs some sorting out, so that'll need a really good hoeing. And I'll do the same with that. I'll just cover it in compost after I've got rid of all the weeds, but I was a bit late doing that, and as you can see, even nearly into the new year, weeds are growing, chickweed and stuff like that. That's the bit I haven't touched. But compared to the sort of no-dig bit where I've covered it in compost, nothing poking through, so it's a good weed suppressant. Just emptied my old compost, if I can try and show you. Well, I emptied it, just taking all the old stuff out, all the fresh stuff from the top. So I've got that to spread on, and I'm just going to start my new compost, which basically, unfortunately, is just full of cabbages now, because I planted a lot of Savoy, and they just blew because we had such a mild early winter, when they should have been just sat there ready to be taken in Christmas time and stuff, but they just sort of exploded with the mild weather. They just kept growing and growing and growing, so a bit disappointed with that. I don't know whether I'll be growing many cabbages next year, because I don't know, it just seems a lot of effort, especially with these sort of the way the temperatures are warming up and staying warm over winter, for them to just be wasted. It's just a lot of effort. We'll just have a look in the polytunnel, which hasn't been touched for about 3 months really. Everything needs tidying up. It's not a big deal, it's just all the old dead leaves and things just need sorting out and giving a quick dig over, like where the beans were and things like that. Just a bit of weeding and then we should be right again. Still got a few bits knocking about, just one of the odd onions still. All perfectly fine to eat. All the cabbages have been eaten, sorry, not cabbages, carrots have been eaten. So all the sand needs digging out again. Like I said, I don't know whether I'll be bothering with certain things. That's where the long carrots were. Don't know whether I'll be bothering growing those next year for sure, because it was pretty limited at our show. I was the only person who entered any, so again, it's a lot of effort to just get a sort of bit of a hollow victory really when you're the only person entering. You could grow any old rubbish and win, so it's a lot of effort, and I don't know whether I'll bother, so we'll see. I'm a bit fed up at the moment, so not got a lot of enthusiasm for much, so might perk up in a bit in spring when it warms up and brightens up. So yeah, not a lot to do. Well, sorry, a lot to do. Just tidying up, digging it all over, watering it down, and basically just having a bit of a good old clean up really. So that's my polytunnel repair I did, and I was pretty worried over Christmas when we had those 2 storms coming in that it'd actually rip it all off, but thankfully it seems to have all held together again. That polytunnel repair tape, it's good old sticky stuff, so I might actually get another year out of it, because it's going to be a heck of a job recovering the whole cover. So I've got plenty more of this stuff, so I can give it a good old, I can peel all this old stuff off if it starts coming undone, and just spattering loads of stuff all over it, and hopefully that should sort it out, because the rest of the cover's fine. It's just that bit that's going over one of the bars that's ripped or torn. Mind you, it has been up for 16 years, so I've had a good go out of it. This is next year's marrow bed. I've put absolutely tons of horse muck and compost on now. Same thing, I'm just doing the no dig method, but I've got as much as I possibly could on. Trying to enrichen the soil up as much as possible. So hopefully we should get a decent size next year. Might even get the 100-pounder eventually. But I couldn't have put any more stuff on to try and get it as rich as possible. So that's that bit done. Plenty of horse muck on. Getting it nice and fertile for next year. My little robin. Every time I turn up, my little robin, I'll try and zoom in on Robin. It's a bit far away, but we'll try and zoom. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Camera shy. Right, not a lot else going on. A few leeks left. I'm going to take all those actually and freeze them, because if we do get any really cold weather, they just tend to go a bit mushy. And if I'm only going to be using them for soups and things, it doesn't matter if I freeze them too much, and there's not that many left. And then I can put some compost on here and let it sort of work its way in. Need to strip all the bean poles down and again add a bit more compost. And the kale, I think it's actually finally got rid of its white fly after all this time. There's nothing flying off anymore, so there should be a few meals. That's tough as old boots kale, that'll stand up all winter. The only worry is it might blow over, but it's really hardy stuff that. So I should be able to get a few more meals out of that, now that there's no carrot fly as well. Not carrot fly, white fly. Just a matter of pulling all the leaves off and just eating it as it is like that, just boiling it, steaming it. So this is the only other bit. That's the bit with all the spinach and bits of lettuce that all just needs tidying up and digging over. But the turnips, still carrying on. Leaves are sort of dying back a bit. Had some of those for Christmas dinner. They're tough as old boots as well, so trouble is I've run out of carrots, so I'll have to find something else to go with them. But yeah, turnips still just sat there minding their own business, just ready to be pulled whenever I want some. So that's about it, folks. I think not a lot happening. Nothing will be going in this bed. The first thing to go in here will be some garlic at the end of February, sort of 1st of March, so that's a good 2 months off yet. And then everything else will be sort of April, mid-April time, so it's really another 3 months before anything proper gets put out, which is a long time, but hopefully by then we should get some decent light in the day, a bit of sunshine. It should have warmed up, and we should be on to another year of growing without all this miserable cold, dank winter weather. So that's about it, folks. Just before New Year's Day. See you later.